Hey, and welcome back to Pop Pop's Fix-It Shop. Today, what we're going to do on this 2013 Ford F-150 is put the front brakes on the driver's side. I'm going to show you how to do that. This is my son's truck, and I failed to record it because we were working together, but his hub bearing assembly was destroyed. So I replaced that, and then I did the rotor and brakes on it. Would have been a good video, didn't do it. But anyways, what we have left to do on this truck is do the driver's side disc brakes. Just going to replace them, and I thought I'd bring you along with me today and show you how I do it. Okay, what we're first going to do is jack it up, of course. We're going to jack it up and put it on the jack stand on a nice piece of the frame and make the truck real secure. Now, I'm going to use an electric impact to take the lug nuts off, pull this tire off, this wheel. But some people don't have this and they're breaking it by hand. So you may want to loosen the lug nuts, break them before you jack it up and the wheel starts turning. There's a good cross member under here that is a really good spot. I'll show you. Okay, I'm gonna let it down on that jack just a hair, and then one little pump like that. See what I'm saying? And just like Randy Savage said, it ain't going nowhere. I gotta tell you, it's nice if you come across a piece of old carpet and lay it on your concrete shop floor. In the winter, it makes it nice, and it just makes it nice in general. If something falls on it, it won't bounce too far and you can catch it. All right, this is probably where you want to turn the volume down. I really hate these acorns, these lug nuts with the caps on it. Those coverings, really hate that. They mushroom out. That was a 22 millimeter, as far as I can tell. It might be a 21. These might have swollen on me, but I believe it's 22. That's what worked. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. Now, watch an old man struggle with this huge tire. Oh yeah, I gotta bump it a little. There we go. These things look big on the truck, and they look even bigger standing on their own over here. Okay, I'm gonna hop in the truck, turn the wheel all the way to the passenger side so that I can access everything. That ought to do. We'll check everything. Still sturdy. I heard some clanking. Okay. So I got this Hyper Tough light. I really like it. It has detachable magnetic pieces. And so what I'm gonna do, ooh buddy, kind of do something like that. And of course, got a nice Harbor Freight light. Just want to have some light in here. Okay, what I want to do is show you this. You know, there's a lot of ways to do a lot of things. And so my way may not be the way you would do it, but hey, this is a 13 millimeter here and here at the top. We're not going to take the entire thing off, of course, that's unnecessary. We're just going to take the caliper, not the caliper bracket, but the caliper loose. And what I would like to do is what I've done on several other vehicles, and that's just loosen both, but take one out and flip it up, and then put the brake pads in and flip it down. But I don't think that's going to work because of the limited length of this brake line hose. So I'm probably going to have to take it all the way off. So what I was saying, there's a lot of ways to do a lot of things. These brake caliper pistons, they have pressure on them, and the pads are worn. So when I put new pads on with them sticking out, I'll have a hard time getting it on. And some people have put in a block and used a C-clamp and pressed them in. But what I have found sometimes is I can go ahead and I may have to do this with it off, but just get a long handle screwdriver and just start pressing in. I'm pulling on it and it's pressing in those two pistons. We're creating a lot of slack here, you know. What you can do is get in the rotor and just pull, and we're collapsing those pistons, and what it's doing is just pushing brake fluid out of it back into the reservoir up top. And this is not hurting anything. I've noticed that the rotor's getting loose, wiggling, so we're going to put a lug nut on by hand just to hold that still. Pretty much that's it. Yep. I don't know if you can see it on camera, it's pretty rusty, but I got me a piece of mechanics wire. It's just wire. I'm going to take these bolts out, put them to the side, and I don't want a lot of pressure on that hose as it hangs, so I'm just going to do a little something like this. Sometimes I use coat hanger, but that'll do. It's holding it out of the way. And then it's pretty dirty. You can wear gloves if you want. I don't do it. This is not hard to get out, but I'm just going to gently get it out. Get these pads out. It is almost ridiculous how to get in here with the camera. Anyways, I'm going to pull these pads out. And these are actually not too bad. The other side was really bad because of that worn out bearing. So there's a lot of clips in here, and you don't want to reuse these clips. New ones come in your brake pad set. We're going to replace them. Blow that out a little bit. So we got these new clips, these new pads. And the little piece, how do I get to the camera? This little piece, and there's this piece, the round part, I guess you would use your finger to get it out of there with. That's how it's going to go in, okay? It's going to snap in with your finger. Did you hear that click? Put one over here. Just going to lay it in, and then it kind of snapped in. Yep. So it's going to go in like this first, and then pop it in. All right, they're clipped in. All right, so I got some high temp grease. It's not 100% necessary. Do not put it on the side, your brake pad side, but this side here, in days gone by in the past, this is a different material, I can tell already. But you would put a little bit here because as the pistons would ride on it sometimes, and they just, when you're not applying the brake, they just kind of ride there, and these can shake, and it could cause a little squeaking noises. So this is something that's been done forever, and I'm gonna do it anyways. And this is high temp brake grease. It's just gonna keep it quiet. It's actually high temp disc brake and wheel bearing grease. All right, starting at the bottom. Whoop. At the bottom, and then slide it in the top. Easy. Do the same for this side. I'm gonna sit it in the bottom. Gonna sit it in the bottom. Just like that. And then press it in the top. Okay, you can see they're both in there. Now is when you find out if you did a good job on pressing those cylinders in. And let's see, let me ooh-wee. I did and I didn't. You could use a little more. So let me get one in there. One started. A little bit. Just a little more. Like I said, someone's going to be in the comments and be like, you really suck at doing brakes. But I'm going to tell you what, they're damn near done. And been doing it all my life. No issues. Could have went a step further and pulled out these shafts and greased them. Someone's going to mention that I didn't do that. What's the torque spec on this? Not sure. Good enough. All right, that's about it. There was a little excess grease here. I really didn't have to do it, but in the middle for this side, so I wiped that off. Clips are in, brake pads are in, calipers back on, it's tightened up. What we're going to do now is straighten the wheel up, get our flashlight out of here, put the wheel on, and then get it off the jack and the stands, and we're going to back it out. And before you go anywhere, pump your brakes a few times to get the caliper, the pistons back out. Check your fluid, of course, up and top it off if you need some. And then back it out. Make it sure it stops. Back up some more, make sure it stops. Put it in gear, go forward. Don't go fast and then expect the brakes to work. Make sure they work before you head out on the road. Then go for a test drive. Test it out. Ooh. Yeah. Damn it. Damn. Fucking hell. Shit. Come on, man, shit. Okay, all right, so the test drive went well. It definitely stops. Brakes are good. What I may do soon in a future video is replace the rear brakes. They're a disc also. But what I can tell is the power brake booster on this truck, I can tell it's kind of acting up. It's got power brakes pretty much until you press it a bunch and then it gets stiffer. So I'm believing that's going to be the power brake booster. So we may replace that in another video. So anyways, thanks for watching. This has been Pop Pop's Fix It Shop, and maybe we'll see you on the next one.